Hey y'all, Indy here from the Conscious Club Podcast, the #1 podcast on Vulfpeck. This week, Tori and I go back to 2015 to the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where Jack Stratton tells a very interesting story about his time watching a Shakespeare play. So that's very interesting. Also, we dive into some controversial statements in the Vulfpeck this week regarding Vulfpeck Shtick and how some people don't like it, and it's even caused some people to leave their shows early, which I do not get because I come for the music, but I stay for the mushy. It's all this week on the Conscious Club Podcast.
Taking you back to 2015.
Baby Theo, the real baby Theo. What does Jack want? He goes, ah.
Sometimes
There we go.
you get reminded of a story and you don't even know why the story came into your mind. I was reminded of a story in the green room. Well, I went to the Shakespeare company with my father in Cleveland, and right before the end of the first act, this actor, he clutched his heart and fell to the ground. The crowd was silent, and it was a very tense. You could imagine how tense that would be. And a doctor from the crowd rushed to the stage, and then this voice rang out from the balcony. It said, "Give him an enema." And it was extremely awkward. The doctor, of course, flustered. He goes into CPR. The crowd hushed again. "Give him an enema."
Hushed.
And the doctor brings out the defibrillator. He's bringing in the big guns. And it rings out, "Give him an enema." And the doctor freaks. He turns to her. He says, "With all due respect, lady, this man just suffered cardiac arrest. I don't think an enema is going to help him." And she says, "It couldn't hurt."
Hello, everybody. It's great to open the show with a little Jack Stratton storytelling.
Nothing
Actually,
better.
love that. This was from their show. It's on YouTube. It's the Blind Pig show in Ann Arbor, Michigan, in 2015. I was watching this set this week, and it takes you back. Like, they're so young.
Yeah.
Theo's still the Theo we know now. It's weird. Like, out of all of them, Theo became Theo before they all, like the look of Theo.
Yeah.
Because like the really old videos, he does look like awkward young. Kind of like they all do, and like we do technically. But like it's interesting to see Jack before it is the honed shtick of Jack.
Yeah,
There's still shtick. He's telling stories. He's controlling. He's directing. He's doing all the Jackisms. But it's really cool to see how you can transform that aspect of what you do into the mainstream, not necessarily the mainstream, but like in popularity, right, in your niche, which is really cool. But just wanted to share that, guys. Share that with you if you wanted to see the set. Yeah, it's on YouTube. The Blind Pig, Ann Arbor, Michigan, 2015, April. I think it is. I only remember it was April because he was like, Christmas in L.A. in April in Ann Arbor. But yeah, everybody, welcome to. Sorry, I usually open the show with what the show is. This is the Conscious Club podcast.
It is.
It is a podcast about Vulfpeck. It is a podcast about the Vulf Pack. It is a living, breathing organism, and it is fueled by all of you wonderful fans. We are not experts in Vulfpeck.
Coffee.
And it is fueled by coffee. That is true. I'm gonna turn my thing so I'm not advertising. Multi-billion-dollar corporation. But yes, it is the Conscious Club podcast. It is a living, breathing organism that is fueled by the Vulf Pack, fueled by Vulf fans, and we love Vulf, and we want to talk about it. And maybe you'll join us each week here. I just started doing this last episode, but I kind of want to start the shows with a quote. A quote from either musical geniuses, masters of any sort, any shepherds of greatness out there, or shepherds of scarcity, as we covered last week. But we have a quote here from Franz Joseph Haydn, and it is, "There was no one near to confuse me, so I was forced to become original." And his portrait here is quite telling.
Yeah.
Like there ain't nobody around me but this painter.
I felt a lot like that when I was younger. Like
Same.
When I was a painter in high school. And I social media wasn't as big as a thing. Like, even though we're young, we're millennials.
Right.
Like, Instagram was a fetus back when we were like in high school and in middle school. Like,
I thought it was just a photo altering app.
Right.
I didn't even know you could post anything
right.
for a while. Yeah.
So, like, obviously, I don't even think did Instagram exist? I don't know. I remember that I didn't get into Instagram till I was like in college. So, but in high school, like when social media wasn't that big, like I felt like I don't know.
You were less confused. You were less like I definitely feel that because like I remember in high school and before social media really took a huge thing to distract us away from basically being our own original things. Like, I definitely remember just being locked in my mom's computer room on the iMac that I convinced her to buy because it had iMovie and GarageBand, so that I could make music and make little videos, right, for YouTube, like baby YouTube at the time. And this was probably 2008, 2007, and it's interesting because it was 2008 because I remember vividly that year convincing my mom to get the new 2008 iMac, which is now like it's like the Macs we used to have it in school as a young child where they're like teal.
We didn't have Macs in the Midwest.
Oh, you didn't have Macs in the Midwest?
No, PC only. In the Midwest.
Well, here in California, in Southern California, we had a computer lab with the see-through.
I saw
old
them.
see-through
You know
Macs.
how I saw those on shows like Zoe 101,
right?
Like those shows.
It's odd because California is one of the low-ranking educational states.
But you guys are near Silicon Valley. And
Near
Apple.
It's like technically in the same state, but it's so far away.
I know.
But anyway, maybe there was some deal that Apple made with the state
Maybe.
of California because they're in. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had this old thick see-through iMacs, and then now seeing the one my mom bought in 2008, that thing looks thick now because it's 2 inches thick. And now the MacBook or the iMacs are like paper thin. Except for the middle part where all the technology's like huddled in there. But yes, there was no one near to confuse me, so I was forced to become original. Franz Joseph Haydn. Interesting conversation sparker there.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like when you make it a point nowadays you have to do this. You have to make a point to put your phone in the other room. Because turning it off, that's a whole different thing. Nobody's turning off their fucking devices anymore.
Right.
I love it when you go to a movie, it's like, please turn off your device. Nobody's turning off
Come on,
anything
silent.
unless you're 56 and over. Oh, it says turn it off. I'm turning it off. No, you would put it on silent and you put it away, right? Nowadays we have to do that more so than ever because we're so distracted that it's keeping us from creating.
Also, too, I compare myself to others, especially as an artist.
Right.
Like, you see, like, oh, these people are getting a lot of traction. They have a big following. Like this is the art that they're making. This is what people want to see. And so then I, like, look at my own stuff, and I'm like, well, should I be changing what I do to, like, get, like...
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough because you're just bombarded with it.
Yeah.
And sorry to take the show this route, but I think it rings true for everybody listening that, it's a thing we have to be conscious about, because another quote.
Conscious here on the Conscious Club podcast.
Thing you have to be conscious about the Conscious Club podcast.
It's your Mark. What is his name? Patrick Warburton.
Patrick Warburton.
It's your Patrick Warburton.
Squeak, squeaking. But yeah, it's something that we have to be conscious of. And I think that, I think it does more detriment to us than we realize. Mm-hmm. But with that, let's cut to a meme that we put into social media earlier this week. Talking shit about social media and then bringing up a post that we posted on social media to distract us away from the distractions of whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a little meme we put up. When you realize you're not the front man no more. It's Theo playing drums at the same show at the Blind Pig.
So dead inside.
And on the computer, the meme looks wide enough.
Yeah.
But when you compare it to the second meme that I made fixing it, it's when you realize you rendered the meme off white. And it's blatantly not white.
Yeah. It's great.
So, anyway, just thought I'd mention that. I wanted to set the record straight that I can make good memes too. It's all about the details with memes. It's weird because, like, if you don't know how to make memes, because I definitely don't, I'm learning. But, like, there are certain friends that I have who are the shit at it.
And Danny Wood.
It's an art, and Danny Wood. Yeah. But it's definitely an art, because there's an art in, like, should it look this way? Does it have to be all lowercase? Can there be an uppercase? What's the tone here? Mm-hmm. It's hard to decipher that from memes because they just look so effortless. Mm-hmm. They look so quick and done quick, but, like, you kind of have to have a certain formatting there. Mm-hmm. Anyway, just wanted to set the record straight that I can make good memes, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize for the off-white meme. Anyway.
Canceled. The off-white meme.
Sold. All right, so I'm gonna let you pick because we have a few things here. So I have the hot take downfall, which was the controversy that's spewed in the pack this week from a pack member who I do not respect.
Shade on the Conscious Podcast.
We found the heel toe bounce, which is Jack's TED Talk intro song that he does. Cut the track. Found that. I got a Vulf-two that I made. 2 Vulf-twos. We got the Vulf-two squared this week, and we got Vulf cutouts and then Vulf style. Where do you want to go? What's the hot take? What's the heel toe? The Vulf-two?
Vulf cutouts? What's that mean?
Oh, that's just their inspiration. You want to go through that? It's a quick thing.
Yeah,
so pack member.
Oh yeah, I
right.
remember the copy and paste.
Right.
thing.
So the style of Vulf. Which Vulf style will come later in the show. It's a recurring segment that happens every so often here on the Conscious Club podcast. But more so, pack member Kevin here says, maybe I'm a little bit late to the party, but could this be the inspiration to the Vulf art? And it is Cannonball Adderley Quintet, The Price You Got to Pay to Be Free album cover. And it's basically, the Vulfy... it seems definitely like it'd be inspiration for Vulf
also
art.
Too the one record they have where it's the white and red stripes. It's the stripes too.
Ah, I see. Oh, the Thrill the Arts cover.
Thrill the Arts cover.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that too.
I like that
because the
right.
perspective in the lines and stuff a little bit like that. And the cutouts, yeah, of course.
Want to mute this, but because these are songs that are copywritten, but we can
What
see
is this
some
ad?
It's a dumb ad.
This lady
But yeah, here's some inspiration for maybe why Vulf looks the way it does. I can definitely peg this video as a and this is Cool in the Gang Get It Down official video. Getting Down on It official video. I could totally see, because Jack definitely watches these kinds of videos. I could totally see him seeing this and making the Vulf art.
Interesting.
Right? Interesting. There's more. There's the Jacksons. Blame It on the Boogie official video. Which aren't they cute?
They're so cute. Oh wow, yeah, they have it too.
It's very
interesting.
Vulf inspired, right? And then we have another one here.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Thank you guys, pack members, for
I've never seen these. These are great. Oh wow, and
Earth, Wind, and Fire too. September. Actually, it is. We're recording this on the 21st
of
September.
We are.
Chasing the night away. Not gonna get claimed. Sorry. But I love.
And they play that song too.
Right. Yeah. The wedding set.
Their wedding set.
Right. And, I love that, Jack is a lover of all these things. And it's basically, it's coming from the love of it. It's something that's, like, been long forgotten.
Yeah.
The little details of Vulf that make Vulf what it is. It's like it wouldn't be what it is without the influences.
Yeah.
And it's great to see, like, somebody paying so much respect and paying a huge homage to these great funk masters.
Yeah, I've never seen these videos, so it's really cool to see where he gets that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quality content here in the Conscious Club podcast. Thank you, Vulfpeck, for doing that, for providing those things. I didn't have to go scavenging for them.
Is heel toe?
Do you want to do heel toe?
Yeah.
Next heel toe. So if you guys don't know, which I know most of you do, maybe I didn't. I don't know. We're all learning here at the Conscious Club podcast about Vulfpeck. The heel toe bounce. So I found in the lock-in live stream, somebody put the set list, the timestamps for the set list, and before the TED Talk there was the heel toe bounce, and I commented as a secret member, not on the Conscious Club podcast, but as a secret member, can we find this anywhere? Can we find this? And somebody politely provided, that it's Sleep Sounds. It's not DJ Bean Ornish, even though it sounds like a Bean Ornish beat. It is not Bean Ornish. It is Sleep Sounds.
Which is kind of like Sleepify.
Sleep Sounds on Apple Music and Spotify and Deezer and all these other ancillary platforms. But it's a great, awesome song. And
it's so good.
And there's some parts of it that, I love how Jack Little Bean this thing, but I love how Jack can just experiments, you know what I mean, like I bet he was kind of he was taking the route of like the route of going like let me put the heel toe bounce on here, because I definitely know we're not going to get a flag because it's Jack Stratton, he owns his masters, Let me see if I can play it here. Sorry.
Oh,
pardon.
Shit, my alarm's going off.
That's okay. We come from humble beginnings here on the Conscious Club podcast, and these things happen. Let's get this thing here. Let's get it here. So we got the heel toe bounce here from Sleep Sound, Jack Stratton's latest. I mean, it was posted in January. There may be new things, but I love how he makes little Easter eggs, Easter eggs of music that, are super fun, super Jackian. Use Jackian again. But I love this gem, and I think Drake Martin shared it in the pack here. Yeah, it was Drake. Someone found a Jack Stratton original. He's been using this in the TED Talks for a while. It's the heel toe bounce. And it's a dope song.
I love it. I listen to it all the time in the car. And it bumps.
It
sounds really good in the car.
Yeah. And I just love these little loop. Easter eggs. Right. It's like Vulfpeck is such a rich or Jack, I guess, creates such a rich foundation for everything that like when you think you know Vulf, you don't know Vulf because there's always something to uncover.
I love the cover. Just a little bean on blue.
A little bean
So cute.
on the Vulf blue. And it's great because like it's called Sleep Sound, the heel toe bounce. It's not really pointing to anything Vulf except for the bean and the blue. The bean and the blue. I gotta love it. Let's round this out. It's not on a black key this time. Well,
It would loop if it was in the car, but
that's okay. That's okay.
fine.
You know, it's Conscious Club Podcast. We move on to other things here. And with that, I always randomly plug in the Vulf tag, right? And let's see if I can do it this week. 'Cause I haven't done it since last week. Damn it.
there we go. Good work.
Hey. You know,
This guy.
this is what the Conscious Club is all about. It's having fun, doing Vulf stuff. It's great. We're just learning about everything and anything Vulf. Without further ado,
no.
shall we go into the Vulf-two? So,
Oh,
so
God.
this post in the pack made me think. Okay.
By the way, is this the same guy from the other pencil video that we watched that
Probably
one time when
not.
Daniel
It's a
was on?
Unilad video, so it's just like a viral
okay,
video that went around that made it to the pack. But this guy's pretty dope. He's pretty cool. And this made me, when I was watching it, I go to, I think it's all 8, the BPM counter on Google. If you type in all 8 BPM counter, you can just tap any key on your keyboard and just go with the song and see what the BPM is. So it's 82. I found out it was 82. The nearest whole beat was 82. And there's 2 songs in Vulfpeck that are 82 BPM.
Okay.
And I had to do some editing because I don't have the Ableton Live plugin that Jack has for the Vulf-two because Jack uses a program or found a little cool feature in the Ableton program. Or, you know, correct me if I'm wrong if it's not Ableton, but I think it was Ableton, where you can put in 2 videos and match the BPMs so that they're always on time because those videos aren't on time. They're just manipulated to be on time. So with these Vulf-twos, I had to do a sloppy edit on them. So at some points they're off, but most of the time they're on, and I think it's a good one. Let you be the judge, Tori. Here. All right, let's try it. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. That's the source.
original.
Never mind. Here is the Conscious
This
Club
guy.
podcast regrouping here for the Vulf-two, and here we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Should have put a high cut on there. Sorry.
Okay, now it's kind of good. The beginning was a little aggressive, but it's definitely better now. Oh, whoa, okay.
He goes too crazy and it just goes way off.
It's not bad. Okay, I like that.
It's like just off enough.
Not bad. Not bad. Not the best.
So El Chepe is one of the 2 songs that is in the 82 BPM range, and also we have Funky Duck in the
Ooh,
82 BPM
okay.
range. So let's see
how
if
this
this
one is.
Vulf-two makes it a better one. Here.
Okay, this one's a little bit better. Okay, this one's better.
Yeah, I think it's
a
more
lot
down
better.
with it.
Yeah. It fits the mood a bit more.
Right.
Whoa, okay.
So there's only so far you can go with that.
Yeah, I like that one better.
But I think
That
it's
one's
a
a bit
solid
better.
Wolf too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and I love how Jack can make these things, and then you can go, oh, that could be a Vulf too. You know what I mean? It's like a thing. You know.
Yeah.
But how did I do, Tori?
I liked the second one better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Funky Duck.
the Funky Duck one.
Yeah.
It fits the mood a bit more.
True.
El Chape, and then the beginning of the El Chape one was a bit
That was my
arresting.
fault because I had to raise the volume of the clip, and then also this computer was on full blast when I hit it. So if it was lower, you wouldn't have been like, oh, fuck that.
You're gonna see in the edit, like at the beginning of the El Chape one, my neck was like through the back door. Here.
Right.
Yeah.
Out of the frame,
Out of
through the door,
completely in
outside.
the next room.
Yeah. But Danny Wood, let me know how my Vulf-two skills are.
Goes to Danny for reassurance.
We know we can count on you in the comment section of the Conscious Club podcast. So thank you for that. All right. So do you want to go into the hot take this week?
All right, let's get into the shade.
Let's get into the shade here. So I called this folder the hot take downfall.
Oh, Lord, okay.
Right,
Let's see what's going on.
So pack member Porter, that's this guy's name.
Oh, shit.
Pack member Porter, Vulf is on the downfall. Jack is a smart dude. I'm sure he will figure something out.
The downfall. Bitch, they're going to do MSG in 7 days.
MSG.
7 days till MSG. How is that the downfall, mama? That's the climax.
I'm gonna have to turn you down a little bit. You're
Sorry, I'm getting a little animated.
That's great. I want the
MSG
levels.
is like the climax of their career so far.
So far.
So it's
Right.
like that's not the downfall, honey. They're on the rise.
Mm-hmm. Pack member Porter. What kind of a name is
several
Porter anyway?
seats.
You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. Throwing
It's a
shade.
last name.
But I think at the end of this segment, we'll both be on the same page on
Porter.
Porter here.
All right, let's
pack
go.
member Porter. Get out of the pack, dude.
Oh, the shade.
Pack member Nick. Selling out MSG is a sign of a downfall? Question mark. And then Tara replies, cough. Didn't sell out. Cough. Plenty of tickets left. Porter replies, you know, I love how it's just like it's we're never satisfied with fucking anything anymore.
Yeah.
Don't you guys realize that life will, everything you'll do in life and everything you'll encounter in life will never be perfect?
No,
ever.
Never.
There's never going to be a perfect moment in your life. It's just going to be highlights,
Correct.
imperfect highlights that are fun, Trey, shares this gif of John C. Reilly as Dr. Do you know his name? It's not Mushy Krungold, but it's the Adult Swim meme. And Porter, I'm guessing some kind of collab with a rapper, maybe EDM artist, something to keep them relevant.
No.
And then Leon says, they just need to make more funk music to stay relevant with funk lovers. What's the point of them making one mainstream collab if the rest of their music is funk? Interesting point. And then Michael says, collaborate with crap. That's the answer. That's a little pointed from pack member Michael. He's saying that, rap and EDM are crap, but in some regards, there's a crap
Sometimes.
artist in every genre, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. There are great artists and great rappers and great EDM artists. And it says, I'm glad someone said it. It said pack member Clay. And then Michael comes back with another pointed response
no.
because rap and EDM are the zenith of cultural relevance.
Shade.
It's a shady
I think
thread.
EDM's pretty like niche, but like rap. I mean,
They all
rap,
have-
hip hop, and pop are probably like
Right.
the biggest in our culture.
There is
but-
no group of people that are the same people. Okay, I know people and respect people who love EDM. I know an EDM artist from high school. I don't like the music, but I respect his craft. He hustles up to LA and San Diego and all these places to play shows at clubs, and he's making a following and he's doing it. I don't like the music, but I respect his hustle. I respect his musicianship. He's a great bass player too. He just does EDM. You know, it's not crap, y'all. Michael and Porter, what the y'all?
Also, too, I'm just gonna put this out there. I highly doubt I would say that there's a 1% chance that they will ever do a collab with a rapper. It doesn't fit their aesthetic of their music.
Right. I mean, if it was, it'd be like, who won the Pulitzer? Was it Chance the Rapper that won the Pulitzer Prize?
Did he win it?
Yeah, he got a Pulitzer Prize.
yeah.
Or one of the rappers. Maybe it would be like something like that.
I think it's
where it's like
Chance.
he's like Chance the Rapper. Right. Where it's like, you know, it's like half poet, half rap.
Yeah.
You know, it's like poetry masked.
Same with
and-
Anderson .Paak. Like he also
Right.
too is kind of like a rapper, but he's funky.
Right.
Yeah.
Anderson .Paak?
Anderson, yeah.
Or is it yeah. No, I was thinking Anderson East. Yeah, he's not a rapper.
No.
The pack. The Vulf.Pack. Right, which comes up often in the pack. Anyway, we move on to pack member David. Maybe if they focused more on the music and not writing skits for in between songs like a fucking improv comedy group, it's not funny.
Whoa, shit.
And I was so surprised at this comment, and also more surprised at how many more people agree with this comment.
Really?
Because it's bad. Pack member Porter agrees with him and continues. So this spawned another
God,
huge
what is
thread
people's
here.
Problems like
This-
that's why you go see Vulfpeck because they're funny, they're sticky, they have
Right.
their
The
thing.
shtick is what you're about.
and
you
that's
know? Like,
Jack. That's the essence of Jack.
right. So let's
That's what
go
makes him
deeper here.
fun. Okay.
So pack member Porter replies to this and says, "I think that's what turned a lot of people off. The skits are so dumb, maybe a little banter, but I would guess that literally nobody likes the whole skits speeches.
That's not true.
That's not true whatsoever. I come for the music and stay for the mushy. I stay for TJ Maxx prices. You know, Tony Robbins results with TJ Maxx prices. I stay for the man who minces garlic, not his words. I stay for all that.
Yeah.
I'm vehemently oppositional to this remark.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think that it makes it fun. Like, especially like we went to the Greek show and it was my first show, my first Vulfpeck show, and he came in and he was like covered
As
up
Mushy.
and he was mushy
Right.
and he like came in and he was so cute and it was so unexpected. Like that's what's so fun is you don't know what to expect and
Right.
but this is coming from somebody who's like a huge fan of the theater and musicals and like
Right.
I love musicals and the theater and stuff like that. So that for me is like my perspective, and I also love comedy. Like we both love comedy. We go
Right.
to comedy shows. Like
We watch comedy
we
every
love
week.
that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's our perspective.
I definitely think it takes somebody who like maybe Pac Man Reporter and David aren't fans of comedy because some people aren't. You know, maybe it takes like knowing comedy, watching comedy, loving comedy to get to understand what they're trying to do because it's not because I really don't think Jack is just doing it to do it because like obviously he went to Chicago to do comedy. I don't know if it was Second City, but he went to the Second City to do comedy, literally. But I definitely think it's an opportunity to share some nugget of information that Jack wants us to learn. Because I think like what we lack from people whom we look up to nowadays is those nuggets of things that we can learn, right? And like I don't mince garlic. I mince garlic, not my words. Like I didn't know that was a saying. You know, and then yesterday on the Animal Planet show, the guy's like, this guy doesn't mince his words, and I'm like, oh, that's
my big fat pet makeover.
My big fat pet makeover
Is what we were
Animal
watching
Planet
last
on
night.
YouTube. It's a great show.
Highly recommend.
Highly
if you
recommend.
Like animals.
If you like obese animals, great. It's great.
Quality content.
But we're getting away from the hot take downfall
All
here.
right.
So
These people are crazy though.
right. So David says,
Stupid.
my significant other and I love their music, seen them several times at fest, but it's the same shtick and Wong solo. He's such an out of touch nerd. It makes me uncomfortable. Out of touch nerd, dude. The guy is an internet mogul. The guy understands the internet. He's an artist. What the? Why are these people even in the pack? They're just here. Like these people are what's wrong with the world.
I don't think Jack's out of touch.
He's definitely not out of touch. He's more. He has more intuition in one iota of his being than any of you fucks. You know what I mean? He is a master of motivate. No, that's Corey Wong. He is a master of melody. A rhythmic rhymer. I don't know. I'm just trying to
rhythmic renaissance man.
A rhythmic renaissance man. That is right. And the camera went out, so we need that. Thank you. I am animated. I might as well be a product of Disney animation right now. I am so animated.
These people are so stupid.
I know. And then John says, you don't like the show? It's the best live show I've ever seen, I've ever been to in my life. I don't get it when musicians just play music. I can listen to the record at home if I want to play that. When I go to a show, I want to be entertained, not just see people sitting down or playing the songs note for note. That's boring.
I agree with John.
Which it garnered more likes than David's. And Porter.
Yes.
So
Queen.
And then Porter says, I saw them at 420 when Jack did his speech thing, and that new skit sounds cringe as fuck.
What new skit is he talking about?
I would rather them just end a set early or play another song instead of shtick. Dude, pack member Porter. What is wrong? Like, that's what's wrong with like people our age nowadays. It's just like we have to find something that we're pissed about in the shit that we love. Like it's end a set early. What the what?
Also, here's the thing though. Like the essence of Vulfpeck is that it's built on an aesthetic that kind of boils down to a little bit of shtick. Like that's the essence of Vulfpeck. If you don't like that about Vulfpeck, you don't like Vulfpeck.
And it's not
I'm
just
sorry.
Right? Yeah. Preach, woman.
If you don't accept what's funny and unique about them and what makes them different than from other groups, which is that they have a little bit of this comedy aspect, and like that's who Jack is. That's the essence of Jack. Right. Is like he does these characters, and that's what makes him fun and unique from other musicians. Like then you don't like Vulfpeck. Get the fuck out of here.
Right. Preach, woman. Because here's what I think. I think Pack Member Porter and Pack Member David don't have senses of humors.
No,
like they don't have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
So I think like it's apparent in their comments here, where it's like they're just because like and I would be surprised to see if Pac-Man Reporter and David produce anything at all creative, because this is what people who don't create do. They talk shit on things that are created, and that's another thing that Corey Wong mentions in his new album. It's like, don't go through the comment threads, because that's what's going to keep you, and goes along with the social media distraction that we opened the show with. It's that if you let these comments get to you, you won't create, and they win.
Exactly.
Because they want you. They're jealous of what you can create because they don't take the time to do it themselves.
And they don't have the self-confidence and the courage to make something of their own, because they're afraid of the people who they are themselves that will be hating on them.
Right.
And if you're afraid of those people, you're never going to make anything or publish anything.
It's insane, this thread here. And then David replies back to Porter, who says, this year we were there at the 420 show and we walked away. The high school band from Michigan, BS.
First of all,
what? You're from Michigan. You could speak to this.
Okay, first of all, they're not a high school band. They met in college, so that's wrong. That shows.
I think he's
that
like
shows your.
He's putting it in a box, like they're that band, even though they didn't start in high school. He's saying that they're like, it's the high school band from Michigan thing. It's like the Motown copy, right? Like I think that's kind of what he's getting at, but it's completely wrong. They're a force to be reckoned with. They're an eclectic group of musicians who are the best at what they do, and I hate to qualify it within their age group, but within their age group, there's nobody better. Other than like the Corey Henrys And, you know, obviously, like, Juilliard musicians and Berkeley music musicians, obviously there are people who are better than them. But, like, seriously, of people in the sphere of popularity at all, because, I definitely think they don't have mainstream popularity. But, you know, they're on Apple commercials. They're on all these things. Like, they're somewhat recognized. Like, more and more people I talk to know about Vulfpeck, whom I would...
Especially musicians.
Right.
Musicians know them and usually respect them and like their music.
Right. I just think that people... You know, nowadays, they just have to find something to complain about because they're pissed that they didn't spend the time getting great at their thing.
Yeah.
You know, and that has to come out in some way.
They're pissed, too, because they would never have the self-confidence to put anything out there themselves.
Right.
So,
because creativity takes courage. Like putting these podcasts out, I love doing it, but there's also a thing where it's like, fuck, you always have that feeling of like, wow, is somebody going to take this and make a meme out of me and put it on the pack and then I'll be this. And then I think to myself a minute later, if somebody did do that, I still wake up the next morning. We still go to work the next morning and forget about it. And then it becomes a year later, 2 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later, and then nobody remembers it because we're always trying to digest new stuff on the internet. And also, it's just... Who gives a fuck?
yeah, and who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
If we make fun of ourselves and make a meme out of ourselves,
right.
nobody can do it back to us. You know what I mean?
Right. You got to own it first.
Yeah.
Right. Because just like, you know, because we could definitely do this podcast in the wrong way where it's like, we could definitely say, we're the experts at Vulfpeck.
No.
We know everything about Vulfpeck. You're
That's
coming to
not-
learn from us. It's like, no, there's so many things that Jack throws at you that you go, what the hell is this? And you have to spend some time uncovering what it all means. So that's why I love this comment thread because, like, I love the Vulfpeck because the show makes itself.
It does.
Let's move on to some more comments here. Hot take. Aaron says, bummer that they changed so much. I saw them a few years ago and they didn't do the weird shtick thing at all. You're wrong, Aaron.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Because we just watched that show from the Blind Pig.
We opened with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the show today.
And Theo was doing Sticky Theo, and they were doing speeches, and
Right.
they've always had an essence of that kind of a little bit of that comedy. Like that
Right.
is built into the foundation of Vulfpeck. And if you don't accept that, then you're not a Vulfpeck fan.
Right.
I'm
and like,
sorry.
And then what does... Because Jack doesn't sing, but he's in a lot of the songs, and it's all spoken word weirdness.
Exactly.
Like, and that's embedded in the music. If you like Vulfpeck, then you like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what makes Vulfpeck... Because it's not only that they're great musicians at what they do, but there's so much more to it. They're alluding to things you can learn, alluding to things where it's like, you can be great too. All it takes is dedication, time, and, you know, trying to hone your craft. Whatever that may be, because like I don't want to, like, I love music, I want to make music, but I want to be a podcaster. I am a podcaster, and that's what the things like you gotta do your I am statements. And I don't know if you look up Ben Newman, who is who works with top huge athletes, NFL, you know, wrestlers, UFC people, huge guy in the motivation space. He says you have to make your I am statements, even if you're not that yet. I am a podcaster. I am a musician. I am a boyfriend. I'm going to be a father. I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to be an employer, not an employee. I'm going to work for myself. I'm going to make music. I'm going to do all these things because I know I can do it. You know, in high school and in the early years of college, I was in some bands that weren't successful at all, but we played, you know, dozens of shows in San Diego. This is where we were. It was a reggae band. But like, you know, it is what it is. But like, definitely, like when I go to a Slightly Stupid show, they have just as big of a following as Vulfpeck, right? And also like when the Greek shows were going up, you see on the banner for the Greek, Slightly Stupid was right next to them, and the week prior or whatever. And like, I can definitely, because I love reggae music, I love funk music, I love all kinds of music. But like, that's where that was my roots. And I can, if those fucks can be high as fuck, smoking a fucking ounce long fucking blunt on stage with a 6-foot bong playing music, then I know I'm better than that. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily better than them. You know what I mean? But like, I have that within me to make music that people would like and associates be, you know, related to. You know, so it's just like, it's being able to go, I can do that too. You know, like, you know, all these people who are great, they were all born with the same capabilities. Yeah, there are some people who are huge people and like gifted people like The Rock, right? Like he's definitely going to be, have a better chance at gaining muscle than me.
Right.
But like I could still achieve to get to that size. You know what I mean? Like we all have it within ourselves to be great. We really do. We all have. We just start out at a different point. Some people start out farther ahead than us, but that means we just have to work that much harder to get to where we want to go.
Yeah.
And I think that it's threads like this that motivate me to make more things, because it's like if people have these strong negative opinions about what you're doing, I think you're doing something right. Mm-hmm. That's one of my directing teachers in film school said. If people walk out of your movie loving it or hating it, you did your job.
Yeah.
If they walk out going, okay, what's for lunch? You guys, you know what I mean? Like, then you didn't do your job right. So I think that Vulfpeck is doing something right here in that people are adamant about their opinions about them. Mm-hmm. But the shtick thing, that's a Vulfpeck trope, Mm-hmm. And then pack member John butts in here and says, I think it's great.
Same. Yeah.
Graham says you don't have to be so angry. I love it. Thanks, Graham.
Love that.
Pack member Lewis, when I saw them at the Greek, they spent maybe 5 minutes out of an hour-and-a-half set with Jack doing his speech shtick. Also, I also noticed when I saw them at the lock-in stream that they had significantly less time between songs than every other group. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty well-oiled machine, a pretty well-oiled show, and some bands took longer waiting for guest artists to come on stage than Vulf did doing their bits. Love you,
Agreed.
Lewis. Pack member Brandon, did you guys know that you can simply not go to Vulfpeck shows if you don't enjoy them? You may go to a lot of shows, but you're clearly not a musician if you expect artistic acts to stay the same forever.
Yeah.
Love you, Brandon. Pack member John, I'm a huge Vulfpeck fan, but I'm definitely a little tired of the long skits.
They're not long.
They're not long. They're
literally not long.
They're like a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
God. Vulfpeck can do Vulfpeck. Let him be. Positivity is the key.
Wes.
Thank you, Wes. AKA Corey Wong over here. Pack member Brian, today's culture is so hypercritical. They're fine. They're fine. Have a super fantastic and productive Saturday. Love, Dad. And then you always have the fucking trolls here. It says, thanks, Father Chaz.
Love Brian.
Love Brian. Jaron?
What kind of a name is
Jaron? Pack member Jaron. Pack member, what is it? Porter. Come on.
Get out of here.
And plus, these people aren't listening to the show, so we can hate on them as much as they want because they're just there to fucking sit behind their cubicles and hate life and go, I'm jealous of all the fucking creativity that I'm not doing.
Yeah.
Fuck all these people. I love you guys. All positivity here. Fuck you guys. There's more. Pack member Trey. Every day I question if this group even likes Vulfpeck. Love it. Pack member Porter again chiming in. So making an observation means I'm not a fan. Richard says Porter. I forgot to take out his last name there, but that's okay. No, of course not. Nobody's saying that. Just when the page is full of stuff like this, every time one scrolls through, the thought does occur: do these people even like Vulfpeck anymore? Trey says, I think they're doing all right. I mean, they just played MSG.
No, they didn't.
They didn't just play, but whatever. MSG is cool, but you have to be kidding about the song in a Hulu series.
Well, that's what he said.
Oh, right. That's what Trey said. Featured in a Hulu series. Well, that's fine. What's wrong with that? Like you're like, and also the way that Jack licenses his music, he owns everything. So if anything, he's not selling out shit. Hulu comes to him or his manager and says, "Hey, we want to purchase the song rights to put in the show," and then the money goes directly to Jack. Like there's not this like Studio 71 ownership, BPN or whatever the fuck ASCAP shit.
No, through their website.
It's all through Vulfpeck.
You go to their licensing. They have a licensing platform that is linked through their website, and then from there you can request to license a song.
And then Porter comes back. I'm never on the page really, so I haven't seen others posting this. I'm a fan though. Dude, this angers the shit out of me. It's like, well, what the fuck? I'm not even on this page anyway, so.
Wow.
What else is there here? Nice group you guys have here. It'd be a shame if I stuck my head up my ass and all you and you all had to respond to it. Back member Josh, we love you. Loving it. Shannon, back member Shannon, you gotta be down to play, man. That's their whole thing. They're here to jam, have a good fucking time, and release some bops. But if you're not down, you gotta get out of town, man, because Vulf is a lifestyle, baby.
That's great.
Dude, pack member Shannon, you are the shit. Like, I love that she's replying with Shtick.
Yeah.
Because this chick gets it. You know
Yeah,
what I
she
mean?
does.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, God.
Here we go. This is pack member Ryan. To be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to understand Vulfpeck. The humor is extremely subtle, and without a solid grasp of music theory or sound engineering, marketing, or basketball, most of the jokes will go over a typical listener's head. There's also Jack's plant-based outlook, which is definitely woven into his characterization. His personal philosophy draws heavily from Dean Ornish literature, for instance. The fans understand this stuff, and they have an intellectual capacity to truly appreciate the depths of these jokes, to realize that they're not just funny, they say something deep about life. As a consequence, people who dislike Vulfpeck truly are idiots. Of course, they wouldn't appreciate, for instance, the humor in Jack's existential catchphrase, "Come on," which itself is a cryptic reference to Turgenev's Russian epic Fathers and Sons, which I did not know. We should dive into that. I'm smirking right now, just imagining one of those adulpated. Dude, this guy is this guy should be on the show hosting the show. One of those simpletons scratching their heads in confusion as Jack Stratton's genius wit unfolds itself on their stage. What fools! How I pity them.
Laughing face.
I love that. And yes, by the way, I do have a Vulfpeck tattoo. And no, you cannot see it. It's for the ladies' eyes only. And even if they have to demonstrate that they can play 16th notes within a 5 BPM of my own, preferably lower beforehand. I don't even know what the fuck this guy's saying. But Ryan A., I absolutely love you. And if you end up listening to the show, please, hit us up. Mm-hmm. I don't know where you are. I mean, I could hit you up on Facebook, but maybe we'll be in contact. I like this guy's contribution to the show. And he's that's just jam-packed. It's completely jam-packed, and I think that's where we should leave this thread, because that pretty much hits the nail on the head here. Mm-hmm. I did not know that the "come on" was a reference. I gotta write that down.
Yeah,
this can be a future podcast, y'all. And he might be completely joking about that.
It seems like a stretch, but
come on, what does he say? It's Turgenev's
Russian epic.
Father
Father and Sons.
Okay, Father and Sons. Okay, cool. That will be a future show if it evolves into anything. All right. Well, that was the hot take this week in the Vulfpeck. That was the hot take.
People be crazy.
People be cray. And now brings us to the ever great Vulf style.
Yes.
This is Vulf style
4.
Vulf style 4 IV, folks. Now I didn't put a link in here because let me see, where is it here? We'll cut. Oh, here's Vulf style. Vulf style 4. Ouch. All right. I love it.
This is Baby Joey Dosick.
Baby Joey Dosick and Austin Powers.
Same velvet jacket.
Same
ascot. Neck thing.
I love it.
Similar hair.
God, that's great. You're awesome at these. This is great. Antoine Stanley
and the penguins from Mary Poppins.
This is great. I love that.
Love Antoine's selfie.
I love Antoine. When we went to the Greek show and you stayed in line for us, mm-hmm. Daniel and I went to go get our will call tickets, mm-hmm. and who was in front of us in line getting the will call tickets?
What?
Was Mr. Antoine Stanley.
Really?
He was there.
He's probably picking up tickets for somebody.
Either, yeah, you know, yeah, he was picking up either, tickets.
Why didn't you tell me that?
I think we did. I don't. That day was
That's
a blur.
crazy.
That day was a big day, but
That's cool.
it was cool to see. Cool to see the dude in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's next here? Okay, you're gonna have to explain this one.
Joey Dosick's neck
Okay.
giraffe.
Okay.
Little giraffe.
I
neck.
get that now, because like this could have been similar to the
Joey
photo
and
before.
Antoine. Yeah.
Right. So it's Joey, trying to kiss a penguin.
Kiss Antoine.
Joey trying to kiss Antoine was sticking his neck out to kiss a penguin.
Mm-hmm.
Love that
Little giraffe neck.
for you audio listeners out here. Oh,
That's Theo.
that's Theo?
Yeah. Theo posted an old photo of him of when he had a mullet back in the day.
It's Theo
And-
Vaughn over here.
Literally. So yeah, and then Joe Dirt,
Love that.
because obviously
Joe Dirt. You know what I mean?
hair.
Wow, that is a hot take. That almost looks like where we're recording the show right now. almost.
Literally.
This is our baby. This is our baby Theo. Here, I love that.
Love it.
Next. Ooh, okay.
We have the boys from
Wow.
Vulfpeck in their cowboy hats, and then Brokeback Mountain.
Whoa. Whoa. I mean, it doesn't not fit,
I know.
but you're so presumptuous here. The wink from Joey too.
I know.
God, man. And Joey could be Jake Gyllenhaal in this scenario. Like he
Exactly.
has the same color hat and the same like physique. Same with Theo. I mean, it's funny, the dark hat and the light hat. Here
Mm-hmm.
you go. And then Joe Dart is just like taking the photo. He's there. He's there, but
I love it.
he's off site. Yeah, he's off the frame. I love this. This is a great Vulf style. This is our last one?
Yeah.
We're gonna-
This
Ooh,
is
Halloween Jack.
This is Theo and Jack at Halloween. I cut Ryan Lerman out of the picture. Apologies.
Oh, how
And
dare you.
We have Jack as, I don't know who he's supposed to be, but I feel like it's Elton Johnny, so I put Elton John.
Either that or he's doing, like, if this was pre-Red Rocks, he could just be him from
True.
Red Rocks.
True. And then I did
The first Red Rocks.
Theo as Pippi Longstockings.
I think, is that what he was doing?
I don't know.
It kind of looks like he was doing
He was
that.
wearing a black hat and orange hair and stripes, and that's what she wears.
And that's what she wears. And that Elton John thing is very on point, too.
Yeah. They have the same chest hair.
Same chest hair. He's just lacking that vest in the
Yeah.
suit. Damn. I love Jack's style.
I know.
Like, he's just fucking so him. He's just so him. I love that. Well,
Love it.
hey, that's Vulf style.
That was Vulf style.
Vulf style IV. It just gets stylier and stylier.
It really does. Of
Well, thank you for adding that segment to this week's show.
course.
All
here
right.
for.
So we've been through all the updates. We've been through the controversial statements. And I think we're going to round out with the funny funk and notable mentions.
I'm so ready.
All right, let's do it. Oh, Tori, I just remembered. It isn't, it's Renegade of Rhythm.
Oh.
Would that be good? I don't know. I just thought of it when I took a pee-pee.
The
The Renegade of Rhythm. I need to write an intro. I see this every episode. I never write one because I like to wing things, because I think,
nothing wrong with winging it.
nothing wrong with winging it. But, yeah, this is the Conscious Club Podcast. We are treasurers of talent.
Mm-hmm.
We are curators of controversy. We are creators of content and purveyors of podcasting.
They are. You didn't even have to read it from your note this time.
No, because I implanted it into my
Planted.
not my random access memory, my RAM per se. All right. So it's notable mentions.
Notable menchies.
Let's do it. First notable mention is Danny Wood's meme that he made this week, and it wasn't an off-white. It was an all-white.
It was actually rendered correctly,
He's it's very admirable.
and it got shared by Vulfpeck this week.
Mm-hmm. Credit.
Feeling a solid groove, moving to groove.
So Danny Wood made it, but the other person DESY Deseed. Like shot the video, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
A little collab with Danny Wood and Deseed. Great.
It's really cute.
Notable mention. Feeling a solid group, moving to the group. I love it.
It made Danny's day when he saw that he got shared.
Yeah. Also, notable mention, Christmas in LA on a choir.
Oh,
Pack member Vera. Let's listen.
prepping for their Christmas show.
They need a lot of practice.
It's September. They have time.
They do.
I wish you were in this choir. It would be so lit.
All the big children, it's Christmas in LA. All the ladies and all the big ladies, it's Christmas in LA. Even the gentlemen, ladies and all, Christmas in LA.
I can sometimes hit it.
Sometimes.
Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, in LA. Ba-da-da-da, 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 in LA.
Christmas. What the fuck?
You know, I
Oh my
like to belt
God.
it out sometimes. You know, I don't often hit the note, but one random time I do.
Oh
Sometimes
my
I do.
God. Antoine's wig has been snatched. Oh, I thought you were gonna do it again. The high notes. I was like, you were literally gonna pop your larynx. This guy. Oh my god.
That wasn't half bad.
That was pretty good, actually.
Can I be feeded on a Vulfpeck track, please? Thank you. All right. So another notable mention, we got the Corey Wong
Introducing the official Corey Wong
bobblehead.
made from pure cartilage. This limited edition product is perfect for your bobblehead collection.
I love this.
Available
So cute.
only at live shows. Why? Because shipping sucks.
Eh.
So come out to a live show.
Yeah,
and
he
get
knows
yours
that
now.
for
had
sure.
Other
Sell.
tour
He's got a whole
exclusive merch
fulfillment
includes
facility in his
Live
living
in
room.
Minneapolis, double
Poor
LP,
kids.
motivational music for the syncopated soul LPs, the Optimist LPs, T-shirts, tour prints, and a motivational speech transcribed onto a poster. Check it out.
I love it. Corey Wong,
Bobble hand this guy.
I love it. It's perfect because like that's so him. Like
That's
a
so
bobblehead,
him.
no, like the
No.
bobble hand because it's Corey cartilage over here. Mm-hmm. We got cartilage over here. Mm-hmm. We got one more notable mention from Corey Wong this week, and it's on the video from Music Man.
Oh.
The Cutlass,
Wait, I didn't see
the new
this.
guitar. It's a dope looking guitar too.
Whoa. His pants perfectly match that chair.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
It's a clean guitar.
Clean.
I love that guitar.
I like the orange. It's really pretty.
Yeah,
Love that color.
it's like summer rust.
Love
And
it.
the fall, you know.
Love it.
Pretty good.
Chilling this guy. Cute.
The Music Man. Cutlass. Go buy one, y'all. All right, we got new Fearless Flyers. Merch.
MSG merch was released.
New Fearless Flyers merch. We got from Pseudo Do, inspired by the staggered formation they take while playing, morphed into a wing design for optimal flight. I present to you all the Fearless Flyers hoodie.
Cute. It's
We also, I didn't have a photo of it. But we also have the FC Deantown
Yeah.
merch too, which I'll pull up in the edit. But love that shirt. I love their love for sports, their love for design and like making things be a thing. You know what I mean? Like, and you usually see like just shirts from bands that are just they're a shirt, whatever. But like they make everything super special and for every show, which I think helps a lot in actually getting more people to your shows than. I mean, they're Vulf fans; they're gonna go to your shows anyway. But like making it that much of a more of a special event.
Did you see people freaking out though on the pack because they're supposedly only having like 100 of each, and people were freaking the fuck out because of how
Don't
many
freak
people
out.
are at
Learn your
MSG.
lesson. Yeah, no, learn your lesson from the Greek shows. In a month after the show, they'll be on the store. It'll be okay, guys. Chill the
People
f out.
were freaking out.
I
They were
did
like,
see
"Is this
that.
a joke?"
I know. I saw that in the pack. The show prep lacked today, but I do remember that this week where somebody was like,
somebody was freaking
"I don't want
out.
people to get hurt at the merch booth." It's like nobody's getting hurt at the merch booth.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
What is
Like
this, Black Friday?
What is this, Black Friday at the merch booth at Vulfpeck show, huh? If you go to the Greek, there was nothing. No, nothing. And
Everyone was calm, zen.
Yeah, what do you think? Every person who listens to Vulfpeck is pack member Porter? Because that fool is going to bring a weapon to every Vulfpeck show and murder everybody there and sue me for defamation.
Merch.
Merch. Not any merch here, bitch. Sorry for the vulgarity, but pack member Porter brings it
several
out
seats.
in me. Yeah. I'm not going to succumb to the negative energy.
But
I'm going to harness it and make content for ya. Huh? The chantays.
I am Bob Spickard on lead guitar. Here to my right is Bob Welch on the drums. To my left, Brian Carmen on the guitar, Warren Waters on the bass, and at the end there, Bob Martian on the electric piano.
why do they all have a side smile?
It's the Fearless Flyers. I mean, they don't have the sticks or the stands for their guitars, but it's definitely reminiscent. Somebody, a pack member, put this in the pack this week, and I want to mention the shot here at the end where they're all in line here. Isn't that just perfect?
Yeah.
It's very,
Very
Fearless
Flyers.
Flyers. Yeah. It'd be interesting to hear the Fearless Flyers with a piano, with a whirly in there. It could be a different dynamic.
It'd be cool.
Who would be? I mean, Woody would be definitely the precise guy to go in there. I wonder who else Jack would.
Probably Corey Henry.
Corey Henry on the Fearless Flyers. That would be dope. We called it here on the Conscious Club podcast.
Yeah.
Let's do it, Jack. And by the way, can we do I want to do a podcast at the Scary Pocket Studio.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. I think they're in LA. We should do it.
Yeah, we should. We'll see.
That'd be episode 152.
Yeah, it'll be in
real
a
while.
while.
A while. But we're here to stay. It's the Conscious Club podcast.
Live from the Ryan Lerman.
Live
studio.
from the Ryan Lerman Jack Conti Scary Pocket Studio in L.A.
It's in
somewhere.
Highland Park, right?
Oh, was it Highland Park?
I think so.
That's still Los Angeles.
Highland Park.
Highland Park.
I think.
Also, we have Vulfpeck at MSG Bingo. Do we play this now, or do we have to wait till
I
the
think
show?
we should do it after the show.
Okay, we'll do it after the show, because there's definitely going to be a yes and the Richie Rodriguez free space. I love that. It's a great thing. Pack member Drake, thank you for making this bingo. It is incredible. We love you, and you too, Danny. I know you're listening. It's okay. We love you too. But that's notable mentions for this week. September teens this week, and now we go to Funny Funk. So,
Speaking
no,
of
actually,
Corey Henry.
I put this in the wrong folder. This should have been a notable mention, not a Funny
fail.
Funk.
Well, it's fine.
But
We'll do it.
it's a transition.
It's so cool that all these musicians of such a high caliber can just come together for the love of music and just have a good time. So I'm excited to be here.
It's Corey Henry playing Gnarls Barkley's Crazy, featuring Shantae Can. Definitely a notable mention, not Funny Funk.
Okay. Phew.
I want y'all to welcome another friend of mine to the stage. My man Max, DT.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space. Yeah, yeah.
I love this take on it. Very different.
So when you're out there without a care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. That make me crazy. That make me crazy.
It doesn't seem like it'll go into those chords, but it does. It's great.
Yeah.
I hope that you are having the time of your life.
She's great.
It's really good.
Just think twice. That's my only advice. Whoa. Say,
Dude's high as hell.
Max.
Max, yeah.
who do you think you are?
Grooving.
Ha ha ha, bless your soul. Yeah, you think that you're in control. Well, maybe, babe, I think you're crazy.
Yeah, this is great.
Just might be crazy.
Oh.
The bongo player.
I think you're crazy. Just like me. Said my heroes had the heart to lay their lives
It's an 8-minute video, so I don't.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't-
great.
But incredible. It's always a treat to hear Mr. Corey Henry. You know, whatever he has to bring to the table that week.
Absolutely. great.
Also, like, I remember a couple months ago that he got his shit stolen from his car in
Yeah.
Burbank. That sucked, man.
All of his drives with
All his
music
hard
on it.
drives. And I'm in the archiving business here in the media world in Los Angeles. And, the name of the game is multiple copies of things. And, I found that, the more people I talk to in this industry, it's like the better you are at archiving or like making sure you have multiple copies of all your art, usually the best people who do that are the people who lost everything. Because they know, I just buy a couple more hard drives or buy some cloud storage and then back it up. And then if something does happen to those, you're fine. You have everything.
Thankfully, though, I saw that one of his friends did actually have
Another copy.
everything backed up.
Hey.
That's you.
Hey, Corey Henry's got a friend like me.
believe I saw that.
I know
so
it literally pains
thankfully.
me when my friends don't do that because
Yeah.
like they don't see the value in it, and it's just like, well, what if that hard drive went away? What if it got stolen? What if you like ran over it in your car on accident? What if you stepped on it? Like
a fire.
literally all the time you spent making the art that's on there, it's like, isn't it worth it to buy another hard drive? Like,
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a topic for another podcast. Also, we got the funny funk looks here from Coffee Music, I think it is. Cafe Music, whatever the fuck it is. Let's do it here. I love these guys.
This is cute. Same legs. I wonder if they're related. They have similar hair.
I don't know. Just short
funny.
enough. I love that shit because it's like it's the Vulfpeck. The things you like about Vulfpeck, whether it's like the music's great and also they have something else to bring to the table
Yeah.
too, which is like a little bit of funny, a little bit of funk.
Yeah.
Funny funk.
Love it.
It's the most reoccurring segment on the Conscious Club podcast. And we thank you guys for staying this long into the Vulf sphere, into the Conscious Club podcast. But Jack Black shared a video that made it to the pack this week, and I think y'all like it. Can you see Jack Black seeing this and going, "Get this guy
Now.
on my stage in Rio"? And they're playing in Rio the same date as MSG, Tenacious D.
This is great.
For you audio listeners, this guy's dancing around like how you would think Jack Black would dance around to this song. I think Jack Black sees a lot in this guy
Yeah.
in similarities.
Same bodies.
He's just having too much fun.
He's adorable.
He's the same physique as Jack Black too.
Yeah.
I think Jack Black just saw like he's literally the Brazilian me.
Literally.
Like, thought that was funny this week. Also, we have
Love
Jack's
that.
wife. I don't know
Oh.
if you've seen this before, but
Oh my gosh.
pack member Joshua found a picture of Mrs. Stratton. It's a for your audio listeners. It's a woman laying in a bed of
Pile
potatoes.
of potatoes.
Yeah,
Future Miss Stratton. Right here.
I love it. Also, pack member Braden. That's a weird way to spell Braden. Cool name. This may have been already answered, but does anyone know when the gold pressing on the Beautiful game will be shipping out? And people are saying early October, these kind of things, whatever. But most of all, that spurred another meme from Miss Victoria, or Tori, our co-host over here, who made a beautiful meme. It's like, ship you? I thought you said cremate you. What a hilarious misunderstanding. And the Q rates horse that Jack is riding, and then the pile of ashes does not respond.
Yeah, this is from one of my favorite Facebook pages that is the classical art memes. And it basically just takes classical paintings and it makes memes out of them. And it's the best on Facebook if you want to follow it. It's pretty great.
That's great.
So yeah,
I think
it.
your rendition of it is probably better than any iteration of this. Mm-hmm. But you have to know Vulfpeck to get it. But
Yeah.
we do, so we do. Love that. What is this one? This is funny. Pack member Thomas. When you can't get the bass to sit in the mix just right, when the volume isn't low enough, when Spotify don't pay their artists fairly, just rest your heavy head on the top of your snare drum and breathe deeply.
Oh, is this an actual photo of Jack or is this? From
I think it
something
is
else?
Jack Stratton.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like him.
Yeah,
It's
it
got to
looks like
be
him.
from some video somewhere.
That's great.
I'll see if we can figure that out.
Yeah.
That rounds out the
rounds
Conscious
it
Club
out.
Pretty much, unless you want to add anything else. That's kind of it this week.
No, do you want to explain the
Oh,
choice
Jason
and
Lee
shirt?
Bruns. I mean, this, by the time you're listening to this, it's going to be 2 days ago. But today I'm the merch guy for Mr. Jason Lee Bruns. When I first moved to LA, I was looking on Craigslist for a place to live, and a man named Jason Lee Bruns had a loft in Studio City in his apartment. And I moved in with him, and I later learned that he was a world-class jazz musician that is well-renowned and a Grammy voting member, which is cool. And he reached out to me one day asking if I could man his merch table, help him set up the set for all his musician friends. And I gotta say, it's a great friendship that we have because he's the closest person he's the most Jackian person that I'm close to personally, which is great because he has such a vision for his band and he's such a professional and he's been doing it 25 years and he's a teacher in music. He's been teaching music for 15 years and he pools all his money that he makes from teaching at a high school he pulls all his money into his music, which is great because he's like, if I didn't have the teaching job I have in LA, I wouldn't be able to fund this because like he's paying me to man his merch booth, which is like something that really doesn't happen with unknown bands. Like I'm sure like there are many merch people who just live off tips, you know. Because I've definitely been to like Aquabat shows, Real Big Fish shows. I'm a big ska fan, and like when you go to the merch tables, they're like, there's a bucket that's like we live on tips. Like we don't barely get paid for this, even if we do it all.
Right.
So I'm very grateful to have Mr. Jason Lee Bruns in my life. He's a great musician. If you don't know him, if you don't know his music, check out Cherry Avenue on Apple Music and Spotify. The album is incredible. Of course. You know, seek out the rest of his music. He is a great musician. But my favorite album of his is Cherry Avenue and the song Cherry Avenue. I learned the bass line and it's fun to play. It's beautiful. Also, the musicians he has in his band are incredible. They are professors of music at USC, at UCLA. You know, his jazz guitarist is a doctorate in jazz guitar. Incredible musicians. Also, Kevin Batche. Mr. Kevin Batchelder, the Jason Lee Bruns Collective, featuring Kevin Batchelder. No, it was formerly... No, actually, this band has gone through 3 iterations of band names. So it's the Jason Lee Bruns Collective featuring Kevin Batchelder. Then he changed it to the Jason Lee Bruns Collective featuring Kevin Batche. And now it's different. We have a new iteration. It is the Bruns Collective with Kevin... No, it's the Bruns Collective feat Kevin Batche.
I like that.
So he's taken the Jason Lee out of it because it's a very long name. The Jason Lee Bruns Jazz Collective with featuring Kevin Batchelder.
Yeah.
The Jason Lee Bruns Jazz Collective. Yeah, Bruns Collective with Kevin Batche. Like it's
shorter,
short and sweet to the point. And I think it probably it works. It just works.
Yeah, it does work.
So Jason Lee Bruns, if you ever listen to this, which I doubt you will,
too busy making moves.
We love you, and I'll see you in a couple hours. Well, we just wanted to say thank you guys for listening to the Conscious Club podcast.
Thank you.
And if you've made it this far,
wow,
you're a true fan. We thank you guys for listening. And what should I take them out with?
We should take them out with
the heel toe. Should I take them out?
Bounce.
We'll take you out with the heel toe bounce because we know Jack will not write us up for that. So that's great. All right, guys. Have a great week, and we love you. All right.
We love Danny Wood. Drake Martin too. Cast member Porter is trash.
Everybody, Indy here, and thanks for watching the Conscious Club podcast. Please be advised that this is a fan-made podcast. Even though we would love nothing more, we are not associated with Vulfpeck, Vulf Records LLC, Vulf Productions Inc, or any associated acts tied to the greater Vulf umbrella. We do this show out of love, not for monetary gain. We simply wanted an outlet like this to exist, so we made it happen, and I hope that's okay. Thanks for watching, and always remember, fee-fi, fo-fum.